I have some great news for you today. All those skills that you've had doing random jobs or hard things you've gone through, I'm going to show you today how we can take those skills and make them so useful for this AI economy. I'm going to tell you the skills that are needed now, and I'm going to walk you through how you may have more of those skills than you even realized. And this is going to be good news, and I hope you'll get some hope out of this. The other thing we're going to talk about today is how to get you noticed, whether you are a business owner or you work for a company or whether you are looking for a job. And I'm even going to have some tips for those like myself who are socially awkward or introverts. I'm going to start a little bit with my own story. My own story was I was virtually unemployable. The skills that I had just didn't port over to jobs. Things like relationship skills, problem solving, communication. Certainly they didn't fit into any kind of corporate mode. And now it seems like those are important skills to have. The other thing I want to tell you that's really important to remember is economies, communities, countries, people are fickle. And I've been saying as a life coach for over 20 years now, it's really important that the first thing that you always do is understand who you are and follow your own North Star. An example, I wanted to be a life coach before I even knew what life coaching was. I wanted to help people, and I held steady even though it wasn't an employable job and no one had even heard of it. I'll give you another example. People often ask me to do business consulting. And I've done business consulting. I've done data analysis. I've done business analysis. We've become more efficient, more productive. We've looked at processes, all kinds of things like that. We've done all the 360s. I've done a lot of business things. People have said, do you know the personality test? Yes, I know how to do all that. But that's never the kind of coaching I like to do, and it never fits in businesses. Now it fits because now my skills are, let's learn how to problem solve. Let's learn customer service skills. Let's learn how to be dialectic. Some of the skills that I had are suddenly in demand. Point is, do what you love first, and let's talk about what you've done that you loved, and then how to port it over into this economy. Something amazing is happening right now, and there's a lot of fear about AI taking our jobs. But the more we get into it, the more we dig into what's happening, it's probably not going to take away our jobs long term. What's going to happen is, yes, a lot of the companies, especially tech, they're laying off people and replacing workers with AI. But what's going to happen soon enough is there's going to be a whole lot of jobs that are going to be created. More than that, the jobs that we have or the businesses that we have or the skills that we have are going to slowly, or maybe not slowly, move into this new economy. So buckle up. It's not going to be as scary as you think, but I get why you're afraid. I have a client who was definitely afraid about losing their job for good reason. Basically, their role that they'd had for many years was changing. And they actually thought they were going to lose everything. And I'm doing a whole series on our identity shifts when we lose these kind of jobs or this kind of work. But what I wanted to let him know is this particular person was more poised for change than almost anyone. This person has gone through a lot of hard things in their life. And so they have the skills to cope. They've reinvented themselves before. And so while this job may go away or it may look different, you want to remind yourself that you have more within you, especially my clients and the people watching my channel who've gone through hard times, than the people that have had a cushy life. So you're going to navigate this better than most. The other thing in this particular case, because this person had gone through a lot of hard things, their ability to have compassion, their relationship skills, and most of all, in this case, this person is an entrepreneur. And while their business is going to change, it's still going to be in the same industry. Their business is still going to be in the same industry. It's just going to look a little different. So at first we're afraid, and then we think through it a little bit and say, okay, wait a second. We can do this. This is what's really happening. Now let's think about how we can get from here to here. Let's talk about that fear thing. People are afraid of losing their jobs right now. And I want you to just take a moment and think about, what are you afraid of? And that feels really bad, but it helps to say it. It helps for us to be there for each other and not gloss over this. I just want you to take a moment and think, I am afraid, or I'm confused, or I don't know what's going on. Because we want to start there. We want to acknowledge that, but I'm going to give you some hope there. All right, so first, we're afraid. We don't know. We don't have the answers. Perfectly normal place to be. But even though we're afraid, I want to give you some good news. Every year, LinkedIn comes out with a report that's like the jobs that employers are hiring for. This year, they came out with this cool report. It's called LinkedIn's Fastest Growing Skills Report. And in my last video, I was talking about skills. Build those skills, okay? So let's go over what the fastest growing skills are coming up, what they see for 2026. They're seeing a lot of hiring going on. And we're going to talk about how you can gain some of those skills, or how you might already have them, and how you can position yourself better to get hired or promoted because of the skills that you have. So some of the skills in the LinkedIn study are things like compassion, empathy, relationship building, problem solving, critical thinking, a way to make hard concepts simple, like helping one part of a company understand what the other part is thinking. These are not things that go on a resume of, I went to college, and a lot of companies aren't really caring where you went to college, or even if you went to college. They care about these skills. So the way to think about this is AI and machines are generating information, but they don't do a great job of it all the time. Part of that is because we don't prompt it right. We don't ask the right questions, but a lot of it is because they're machines. So a lot of what humans need to do now is say, this is what the machines are saying, and put it in human terms. So information is definitely abundant. It's everywhere. It was already everywhere with the internet. Now, I don't know how many times a day you're using OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, but it's at our fingertips all the time. We can even ask questions verbally, and it's going to get way more available in our lives. But even though information is abundant, clarity is what is scarce. And I want you to start thinking in terms of how you can help people understand things, not just understand AI, but understand things in your specialized field. I have a good example of this. I worked for a company that there was this one employee, and he loved to help new employees feel comfortable and navigate what was going on within the company. He was just doing his job, but he is extremely valuable. There's so many skills like this, things that you're already doing within your neighborhood, within your company, that a machine cannot do. Some jobs to think about that might do really well in the AI economy is teachers. They're taking complex concepts, hard to understand, they're breaking them down and making them simple. That's one example. Entrepreneurs are amazing. Like my client who was afraid of losing his business, I said, you're an entrepreneur. We just have to get ourselves out of the problem and think about new opportunities. Entrepreneurs will be well positioned during this time. This is just curiosity. How do things work? And then anyone who's a system thinker, y'all people that are on the autism spectrum, and my family, my clients out there that can think of systems, processes, you can take all that information and put it in a way that people can understand, you're going to do really well too. Now, I'm going to tell you what to actually do to position yourself. The first thing is AI literacy. Now, a lot of you are just putting ChatGPT on your phone and starting to use it, and you're getting a lot of answers and you're learning how to use it. So just start with something. I highly recommend Claude over ChatGPT. So try Claude. It's just an app like ChatGPT. Claude has different ways of seeing things, and you can port information from ChatGPT over to Claude, by the way. But Claude's got automation tools and things you're going to really like in the next year. So I would just want you to use Claude, put it on your computer, put it on your phone, and start asking it questions. The question I want you to start asking yourself every day is, can AI do this for me? Just try and see if Claude can do it for you, okay? Or Gemini. Gemini, it's got a lot going on if you use Google. I use AI to analyze patterns, financial models, legal questions, all those things. Just start using it. Okay, so first of all, you're going to learn how to use AI, right? Whatever AI tools are out there, you're just going to use them more. If you're in a company and you've got AI tools that go along with your CRM, just learn how to use them more. And then the thing that's really important is your explaining skill. I want you to practice how to take something difficult and explain it, because this is a huge skill that companies need right now and everyone needs. So I want you to take a complex concept and then just practice how you would teach that person that concept in a very simple way. Okay, so the first thing is AI literacy. The second is using the explanation skill. And the third thing is to show evidence of how you think. Skills matter more than credentials right now. So I want you to think about a way you can showcase how you think. I want you to think of a platform. So think of LinkedIn, one post a week. Think of Substack, an article a week or some notes. Think of getting a Google Drive and any projects that you have, putting in there, or Notion. I'm not asking you to go into influencer mode. Just if you have something, share it. Act like you're helping people. Just share it, okay? That's what you're going to do once a week. You're going to share how you think, how you explain something that's hard, how you problem solve, how you see things. You're going to do that. Now, if you're an introvert or socially awkward like me, you don't have to get on a soapbox or toot your horn. What you're going to do is you're just going to be helpful. Almost everyone can just be helpful. You can say, look, I found this. This might help. You could put on your Slack channel, hey, what about this that I found? Just start being helpful. And you're going to start quietly showcasing what you know and what you can do and making yourself more and more valuable. Now we're going to talk about an actual resume. I want you to start thinking about a resume. And even if you're an influencer or a creator, or if you own a business, I want you to think in terms of your personal branding and selling yourself in a resume. So I want you to start thinking about what is your portfolio during this time. You can build a portfolio on a Google Drive. You can even just have a PDF that lists things. You could put it on Notion, personal website. And if you're going into interviews, you can just use this as proof. Now you can do hyperlinks on your resume, and I highly suggest that to projects, workflows, anything that you've done. The most important thing, like I keep saying on resumes, is skills. So as you're restructuring your resume, the first thing you're going to put on there is skills. So I hope I've got you thinking a little bit about what skills to put on your resume, or what skills you might have that are going to be beneficial in this economy. You know how you start with this blurb at the top of who you are? You're going to say something like, uses AI to help people navigate change, or explains blah. You're going to say, I am basically the Rosetta Stone of X, Y, or Z. So then you're going to start with your skills, whatever the skills are. So I'm going to use myself as an example. What are my skills? Helping people go through difficult situations, explaining difficult concepts, or a content creator. Okay, just what are your skills? Obviously, I have a lot of mental health skills too, I would put on there, or teaching people mental health skills. So just start with whatever your skills are, just put them on there. The second thing is going to be your tools. And this is where you're going to showcase that you can use AI. So I would put something like ChatGPT, Claude Cowork, YouTube Studio, just list your tools. Then the next section are going to be projects. So I would put projects I've done for clients anonymously, or I'd put projects that I've done for analyzing finances. There's a lot of really interesting things that I've done on real estate analysis. If I wanted to put that on my resume, you're going to put projects on there. You're not going to have to put the whole project on there. You can hyperlink it, but just list your projects. And then any kind of evidence of impact. I helped X person. So you don't need to make it like I saved this company money. You could just say something like helped new hires navigate HR. Okay. Interviewing, who likes it? If you like interviewing, let me know. I don't like interviewing. No one that I know likes interviewing. If it goes well, you might like it. If you really want to get good at interviewing, get an interview coach. That's gold standard if you can afford it. But the interviewing things I want you to really think about now in this AI economy is you want to showcase how you think. You want to showcase how you would solve a problem, how you would help someone. Another very important thing in an interview is that you're adaptable. Show examples of that. So here's an example of a college student working in a gig economy, and this person has found out how to have the best routes on their DoorDash or Uber route. They do both. So I just want you to think a minute. Those are cool skills. Like they understand pattern recognition. There's a lot of skills there. So that little thing about being a gig economy employee or contractor, whatever they are, there's a lot of skills they could put right in there. I know it's a lot, but I really want you to get a little bit of hope here on, hey, this isn't going to be as bad as I think. It's going to be maybe a little bumpy road as things change, but wait a minute. It's not like robots are going to change everything and I'm going to be out a job. That's not the way it's going to happen. Just like the Industrial Revolution, there's going to be new jobs. You're probably going to be pretty much doing what you were already doing unless you really want to change. You're just going to do it in a different way. And this channel is going to help you navigate how to do that in the best way, easiest way possible. And we're going to support each other. How you can support me is subscribe. Subscribe, comment. That's how you can support me. And your support goes a long way. All right, hang in there. We're going to do this together. You're going to do really well. Let us know any success that you've had or any struggles that you've had that the community might be able to help with as we grow larger. Thanks. Talk soon. Say bye.
Bye.
See ya.